Good Sunday morning, everyone. Starting off with a live look out over Horsetooth Reservoir. We hope that everyone is having a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Anusha Roy. Want to head right over to Corey Reppenhagen because, Corey, we've got another warm day ahead of us. But for the first time in a very long time, we're starting to break out of that storm pattern in the afternoon.
Yeah, big changes, I think, coming. The storm pattern's starting to diminish, and we'll also be coming in with a couple of cold fronts in the next 7 days, which is something that we have not talked about in many, many days. Here's the scene out here across the Front Range. We're going to see a mix of clouds and sunshine. 8 o'clock hour, that's when the temperatures start to rise up. We just spiked up to 75 degrees here at the 9 News studios, 74 out at DIA at this moment. Here's your weather impact headlines. We'll be watching for some more storms today, monsoon storms. This could be really the last big push of the monsoon. Limited action, though, here on the Front Range and the Eastern Plains. That monsoon break is coming. We'll notice a lot less rain coverage over the next 7 days, especially in the mountains. And we're tracking a cold front on Thursday and potentially one more for Labor Day weekend. Here's today's timeline here in Denver, spiking up to 90 degrees. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine throughout the day here, but I think the storm coverage will be limited. They'll be out there, you'll see them, but I think they'll be fairly meaningless because they'll be moving by quickly, not a lot of rain coming from them, and they'll only cover 20 to 30% of the area. And here's your forecast high temperatures for the rest of the region. Still looking pretty warm out here on the Eastern Plains.
All right, thanks so much for that, Corey. We are also following some breaking news this morning. Right now, Denver police are investigating a shooting that left 2 men dead. We don't have a ton of details, but so far, Denver police have said the shooting happened on South Quebec Street near 225. They say one man was pronounced dead at the scene and the other died after driving himself to the hospital. We have reached out to police for more information. We will keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. Also developing right now, the Clear Creek Sheriff's Office is investigating a suspicious death in Idaho Springs. It comes after a community-organized search party found the body. 9 News reporter Breonna Clark has been tracking this story all morning long. And Breonna, there's a lot of frustration with the friends and family right now.
Yeah, a lot of folks just posting online, asking why the Sheriff's Office didn't get involved sooner. Well, the Sheriff's Office is now looking into this as a homicide, but keep in mind that's just a label for the investigation. We don't know if that's the actual cause of death just yet. We do know the name of the man who died, 60-year-old Paul Peavy. Friends reported him missing on Wednesday. That same group of friends formed a search party Saturday morning. They tell us within minutes they found Peavy's body near his home off Two Brothers Road, north of Idaho Springs. They say he was in an embankment, covered in sticks, stones, and other debris. Deputies tell us they searched the area Thursday but didn't find anything. Friends expressed frustration with authorities, saying this should not have been the community's responsibility.
It should not have been us. The authorities should have listened to us from the very beginning and acted on it, but they did not.
If the situation and the information we learned that a person was endangered, certainly we would have a larger team here, but that was not the information that we received.
Without the community and the information from the community as it came in bits and pieces, we would still have no solution to this.
Peavy's friends went above and beyond to make sure that he was found. Investigators were at the scene yesterday collecting evidence. His friends tell us Peavy was a dog breeder, a service dog breeder actually, and now 13 puppies are missing along with his equipment and anything of value. No word yet on where any of that is. Reporting live in the newsroom, Breonna Clark, 9 News.
Yeah, you really feel for all of those who have been trying to find those answers. Thank you so much, Breonna. Well, we've got big news in Colorado politics this weekend. The state's Republican Party chairman is out and a new one is in. Dave Williams and other party leaders were voted out as leadership of the Colorado GOP. It comes just 2.5 months out from Election Day. El Paso County Republican Vice Chairman Todd Watkins finally got the votes that he needed to remove Williams. But current party leadership says that they will not be recognizing the results of this weekend's meeting. Meanwhile, Republican Party members have voted on who will now lead the state party, Eli Bremer, and he says he is ready to get to work.
We're going to be setting up an office, appointing staff, just getting things running again that haven't been running. I think the donors are excited about this. I know that our candidates are excited. They're excited to have a chairman and a party that is working for them. That's been a big issue. Today, that all changes. The Colorado Republican Party is unified, and we're going to support all our candidates.
All eyes are on the meeting next Saturday. That is Labor Day weekend. People had voted to cancel that meeting, but current ousted leadership still thinks that there will be a meeting to talk about what was voted on this weekend. It is likely that all of this ends up in court once again. Making international headlines today, the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon is now escalating. There's video that shows missiles flying over Israel's northern border on Sunday morning. Hezbollah says it has launched an attack on Israel with a large number of drones in retaliation for the killing of one of its commanders. All of this comes after Israel says it launched preemptive airstrikes against Hezbollah for planning to launch a heavy barrage of rockets and missiles towards Israel. Israel's media is reporting flights to and from Tel Aviv have now been suspended. Across the U.S., a federal judge in Kentucky has now ruled Breonna Taylor's death was triggered by her boyfriend. The judge says the boyfriend's actions when he opened fire at police as they were breaking down the door of her apartment in 2020 was the legal cause of her death. He had believed that there were intruders. Taylor was killed by officers who returned fire. The judge also threw out major civil rights violations, felony charges against two former Louisville officers accused of falsifying a warrant in that case that led to the police raid. That means the officers who could have been facing life in prison if they were found guilty will now face misdemeanor charges. A statue of the late civil rights leader and Congressman John Lewis was unveiled over the weekend at a city park in Georgia. It's where a Confederate monument once stood. Hundreds of people were cheering when that veil was removed, revealing the 12-foot-tall bronze statue of Lewis in Decatur's historic square. Lewis was a prominent leader of the civil rights movement and a longtime Democratic congressman from Georgia. He died in 2020 from pancreatic cancer at the age of 80. Dr. Anthony Fauci was briefly hospitalized after contracting West Nile virus. A spokesperson said in a statement the 83-year-old is now home and recovering. West Nile virus is commonly spread through infected mosquitoes, and there is no vaccine or treatment. Disease experts say the virus has been circulating this summer a lot more than expected. As of August 24th, there were 216 human cases reported in 33 states. That includes here in Colorado as well.